information and education component, which in the past has been largely lacking in our system. But it's important because every public policy affects public. So it's important that they are well aware of the implications and they are sensitized properly so that the policy implementation, not only this change in working hours, but all other key policies need to be publicly, sensitized so that all stakeholders will be informed, and rumors you talk about will not have no room. We'll all be at the same wavelength, and we work together to ensure that government achieve its desired developmental objectives. That's critical. For that, I thank you, and I also thank GRTS for facilitating this. Having said that, this is a very important topic, change of working hours. Well, before I go to that, can I also join you to welcome our studio audience, which is very massive, and obviously this constitutes the ordinary civil servants from all cadres. So this particular topic we are discussing today directly affects them. So the views of us and yours is equally important, and those of the civil servants who are not here, but they are listening to this program, I think this is critically important. I thank all of you for your interest. But historically, changing in working days and hours has been an interest, has been a debate. It has been very exciting long before now. Even during Stone Age, people used to work long hours, we all know, because the tools were not quite what they are today. They are slow in production. The forces of production were not well developed, so people need to spend more time to produce, And then come the revolution, the Industrial Revolution. We all know, those of you who did history, things change. There was faster development, and working hours also changed somehow. In those days, about even 3 decades ago, 12 hour a day working 12 hours a day has been very fashionable, But since then, there was also debate, because there were people, there were right-based groups who advocate for more leisure. There were people in organizations and governments who also want to balance this key issue. Because at the bottom of it is, how do you balance leisure with work or family life, if you like. These are all important. And there are others who also look at it from the point of health, stress, if you like. Those working for long hours contribute to stress, which we also all know is sometimes detrimental. But what are the triggers for all these changes in working hours? Every community, every country is peculiar. Everybody has your own internal dynamics that trigger your policy formulation. And we know why during the Stone Age, even in the so-called developed countries, why they were working so long hours and nobody complained. But when things improved during the Industrial Revolution, they changed. And even 20 years ago, in many countries before EU, legislated on the change of working hours for the Europeans. A lot of people were working 9 hours. So even back home in the Gambia, I spoke with the chairman, there were times when we used to work on Saturdays. And clearly we were also working from 8 to 5 before. So these changes, nothing is constant in this world, particularly in public service, because things change. So as they change, government also need to respond to changes in the society to bring forward policies that they think is important at the time to respond to our needs. And that's critical. We know today in this country, President, His Excellency, Professor Jammeh, has been the champion for return to land for all of us. From 1994, I think the message has been gaining strength. We have all been listening to it. A lot of people did not take it seriously early. Grow what you eat what you grow. Now it becomes a song, and everybody understands this. And it's resonating well with a lot of young people. Because I know some of my college permanent secretaries, I won't name them here, but I know they are doing significant farming activities. I know them. I am not there yet. I'm doing, but not at their level. We are all starting. All right? Okay. We are all starting. We will emulate them. Sometimes I even joke with them. I say, are you competing Hichi? So I'm not only growing rice or groundnut, but they are also doing cattle rearing. And I think there's a lot of money in trying to maximize our incomes in other ways. I think that's critical. So one way to do this is to bring in flexibility in working hours. I think that is why government has listened to the call of the people. Because working from Monday to Friday, we say Friday is half day, yes, it is a half day, but a lot of activities that we do here in terms of agriculture is upcountry. So people will have to travel. So by the time you get home, you are already tired. Saturday, if you are like Nafi Bari, you wake up very late, you know. And how many hours are you going to spend on farm if you want to do a real farming? Very little. And Sunday you need to pack up and come back. So there are dilemmas about how to really transform the system to respond to this demand from the working public who also want to take part in agriculture. It has not been easy. So I am sure this has been debated within cabinet. A lot of people have been consulted, and it has been carefully considered before the pronouncement was made. This was why Honorable has made it clear in his introduction. He says, government has exempted the essential and emergency services. Even though they may also want to take part in agriculture, but we know there are services, revenue collection institutions, and services that provide emergency services are critical. We can't have them off duty. It's not good for our communities, the people. So that is critical. So this has been really looked at carefully. And I think, talking to a lot of people, my colleagues, like he had said, there were rumors about, loss of hour, but that is clear. He made a simple mathematical calculation here. He said, in fact, we have gained. It used to be 36.5-hour week. Now we have 40-hour week, isn't it? And Friday is out. Friday is not only important for agriculture, but like I said, the changes in working methods and time is also always triggered by many other factors, including cultural. So religion is also an important aspect of our lives in this country. So if Sunday, a component of our colleagues who are Christians have the whole day to worship God the way they want, under no hurry. Because some of you, when you close from Banjul, you want to go home quickly before you get to Banjul. I know some people do lose their Friday prayers, which is very important for Muslims. Losing Friday prayers for real good Muslims. I don't mean the moderates like Mr. Jai. Is Father Jai here? Right there. I don't mean that. But those of us who are very, very committed to Islam, we know that Friday we don't want to lose it. And sometimes transport problems are there. You close from Banjul, the temptation to go first so that you can have lunch and later pray Friday prayers is there. But along the way, you get traffic jam and you lose your Friday prayers. That happens to some of you. I'm sure even I know I do experience that personally. So this has also taken all that into consideration. And it's a win-win situation because we have not lost a single hour. In fact, we gain, according to Honorable Sidi's calculation, which is right. So it's important. I think what now needs to happen is that we have to adjust to the new timing. Let us endeavor. We have 3 free days, but it doesn't mean that we should undercut the hours that are given for the 4-day week we have. So it's important for all of us. It's a moral responsibility. Hence we are paid and we accepted the work. Let us report to work at 8, as we have been doing before, and stay up to 1:30, one will have 1 hour break. And during this break time, we all go out and eat something. Those of you whose wives live in Banjul can go to your wife and eat and then come back. At least 1 hour is adequate to relax and refreshen up and then come back and start working again.